Figure skating competitors calling this completely unfair. The controversy continues surrounding Russian skater 15-year-old Kamila Valieva, who tested positive for a banned substance. So the substance can increase stamina and blood flow to the heart. So then she took to the ice for a little short program yesterday where she would qualify first ahead of tomorrow night's free skate. But because of this debacle, Zach, Team USA, other athletes, they're really calling this one-sided.
Yeah, right now Team USA, the ice skating team, couldn't even leave Beijing with their medals because of this issue. And they weren't the only ones. There was other sports too that have had issues as well. And so now Nathan Chen and the second place American team won't even know if they've won the silver or gold by the time they left Beijing. Last night, Kamila ended up with a score of 82.16, putting herself in first place. That means tomorrow's program will have a 25th member. If she medals, there will be no ceremony, which means that if she does capture gold, it will be one of the most controversial gold medals in Olympic history.
Yeah, and right now one of the big questions people are asking is what was her reasoning for taking this medication in the first place?
Yeah, apparently her reasoning for it was that actually her grandfather's medication and her medication got contaminated with each other by accident, and then reports from Russia say that the trace amounts somehow got into her system. That's a little suspicious to me.
Whatever. Okay, we need to turn to Christina real quick because Christina, we talked about this last year. The whole thing is just so familiar.
Jolena, it sounds very familiar. We all remember Sha'Carri Richardson from North Texas, and she isn't too happy about the news. Also known as the fastest woman in America, Sha'Carri wasn't allowed to compete in the Tokyo Olympics after testing positive for marijuana. After hearing the news of allowing Kamila to compete, she took to Twitter saying, quote, "The only difference I see is I'm a black young lady." The Court of Arbitration for Sports, with judges from Italy and the United States, at just 15 years old, Kamila is a protected minor.
You know what? It's just disappointing. It's the whole concept of win at all costs. It's like it's the part of parenting and it's the part of coaching where you're like, wow, life is unfair. And life really feels unfair right now.
Now, Sha'Carri and others are demanding answers as to what made her situation different. Right now, Kamila would be ineligible to win a medal until her doping case is closed. However, she is a favorite to win the gold. And I think perfectly how she just said it, it is pretty unfair. I know we were all rooting for Sha'Carri also. We thought she would be a front runner. So for her situation to go the way it did was hard for us.
Yeah, and if we're being completely honest, Kamila is a great figure skater. I mean, she's so graceful on the ice, but I think at the end of the day, whether it's race, whether it's her age, and that, you know, the fact she's a minor, I think rules are rules. So.
Exactly, I would agree. Rules are rules. You know, if you tested positive, you shouldn't be allowed to compete, and that's what the situation is.
Yeah, we're going to continue to follow this, but let's check in.